Preview for Bayern Munich against Real Madrid. We're going straight into this. 5 years ago, they were competing head-to-head with Real Madrid, having outstanding matches. But if you fast forward now, their past few years since winning the Champions League have not been good years. Arguably, when they let Robert Lewandowski go, they let him go to Barcelona. And then their seasons got a bit rocky. They got rid of Nagelsmann. They brought Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel was a good coach for Chelsea, won the Champions League with him. His resume speaks for itself. But the problem is, they brought him in about 2 weeks before he was scheduled to face Man City. A terrible decision considering Nagelsmann was actually a good coach. You can say he brought the best out of them. They beat PSG in the Champions League. It was overall a very stupendous decision made by Oliver Kahn, who is one of Germany's greatest goalkeepers. I would argue he is above or on the same level as Manuel Neuer. As the timeline went on, they got destroyed by Manchester City, which can't even blame them. Real Madrid also got destroyed, but the difference in the two teams is Bayern went to go on to make random signings. They signed Rafa Guerreiro, Harry Kane, who is a top class striker, and I would say one of the best number 9s we've ever seen in history. And why do I say so? Because you look at all his goals, a lot of goals. You look at his trophies, none. There's an Audi Cup in that trophy cabinet. People always poke fun at Harry Kane for having no trophies. It looks like he's also going to go trophyless with Bayern this season, because they just missed out in the Bundesliga due to an outstanding Bayer Leverkusen and an outstanding and fantastic coach in Xabi Alonso. What Xabi Alonso did with a mid team, let's be honest, the only good players they had in that team at one point was Frimpong and Wirtz. But now that team is world class. They look like they're going to go on their way to winning the Europa League. But enough said with Bayer Leverkusen, because we're looking at Bayern Munich. This season, they have been decent in the Champions League. They've been knocking out teams left and right. They did extremely well against Arsenal, because in that match with Arsenal were the favourites. You can ask many of the media companies, CBS, ESPN, everybody voted for Arsenal to knock them out, which they did not do. Bayern Munich actually played extremely well. And you would notice Sané was just on a whole different level. Harry Kane, he always gets talked about for scoring bangers when it comes to tap-ins, penalties, whatever you name it. But his work on the ball, his ball playing is so underrated. Matter of fact, if you rewind time back a year ago, Real Madrid were the ones interested in him. They wanted to sign him. But Real Madrid weren't going to spend 100 million on a 30-year-old. Bayern Munich went there to go and do it. And let's just say they got their money's worth. He's breaking records left and right. Breaking Robert Lewandowski's goal scoring records. Harry Kane, he deserves a trophy. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen this season. And when we match Bayern Munich up against Real Madrid, it's so unfair. It's unfair. It looks like it's going to be one-sided, like it's going to be Real Madrid just destroying them. But let me tell you something. We can go back into 2017, 2016. Actually, go back to 2013. The history is there. Real Madrid got knocked out by Bayern in penalties. Then we go to 2014. Real Madrid just shocked Bayern. Ronaldo scoring 2. Ramos scoring. Domination all around. Go to 2016. Real Madrid dominated that fixture as well. 2018 was a bit more competitive because they had players like James Rodriguez. They had some good players. Kimmich was in outstanding form back then. And now he's actually the captain of Bayern. If you take Müller out of the equation. We've come a long way. And this is Kroos also against his former club. Kroos was a good player for Bayern, but an even better one for Real Madrid. I hear on social media, I hear on Twitter, I hear on Instagram, even Barca fans themselves have said this match is going to be one-sided. I have a different opinion on it. And actually, I'm going to downplay what they say, because Bayern should not be underestimated. They should not be underestimated. They're one of the best clubs in the world. And even though they lost Bundesliga, they lost their cups, and they could lose to Real Madrid, this is going to be a much more difficult match than you think. It's not going to be as difficult as the City match, obviously. This could be an unforgettable match, which we always look back at as one of the all-time classics. Or we can look back at this and just forget about it. Because arguably Real Madrid have had some forgettable matches. I would say the most forgettable match against Bayern Munich was the 2018 one. Because it was just, we all expected Real Madrid to win that match. So I would say that's the most forgettable one. This one could be even worse than that. If we are truly being honest, this one could be way worse. Could be forgettable. Real Madrid could run riot. Bellingham could shine and destroy Bayern. So the league is basically done with Real Madrid. La Liga is finished. 11-point gap. Real Madrid needs 7 more points to win La Liga, and they're gonna get it. They face Real Sociedad, they face Villarreal, and many other clubs, but much more on the smaller end of clubs. Clubs who are fighting relegation. I don't see Real Madrid losing this lead on the La Liga. The full focus is on Champions League. Because Copa del Rey is lost, we got knocked out in the round of 16. And listen, if Alphonso Davies is cleared to play, this could end up being an audition match. Because we've seen audition matches before. We've seen it with Jan Couto. We've seen it with many others. With audition matches. We're going to see if Alphonso Davies is actually that good. And if he can fit into Real Madrid. Because as of right now, Mendy is having a far better season than him. Mendy is being a far better player. And there's rumors that Alphonso Davies is going to replace Ferland Mendy. This is the perfect game to see which one is true. Because this is Sané against Mendy. This is Rodrigo and Carvalho against Davies. We're going to see how good Davies is with defending. Because what I've seen from him in this current season, I've seen Sancho go one-on-one with him and beat him in a 1v1. Jadon Sancho, who is, I would say, terrible with 1v1s, he beat Alphonso Davies in a 1v1. Tuchel against Ancelotti, that's also a big matchup because this is two technical coaches. And we've seen the battles between these two with Chelsea against Real Madrid, with Ancelotti winning that battle. But also, think about it. Chelsea could have knocked Real Madrid out cleanly for my prediction for this match for the first leg. I think it's going to be 2-0 Real Madrid. Leave your thoughts, leave your opinions, smash like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Peace.